Yeah, she graduated last year. Mm-hmm. And she's starting her, I talked to her, study. I think she's an arts major, and she's starting her own business.
Linda!
Yeah. Oh my God, I barely see you.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long. I know, right?
I barely see you. Oh my
I know.
God.
We're not in any classes together. I'm so sad. I just realized
I feel so sad.
I'm not okay. Like I have no classes with you. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hey there, kids. Cindy.
Hi,
Lindsay.
guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Leanne.
It's my mom.
Oh, I was just going to say Leanne Smith is a student that graduated last year. I'm like, wait a second.
Hi, Miss Elliott.
No.
I was just saying, oh, that's Leanne. And I'm like, Leanne.
Huh? Which one?
I asked my mom to join so she can know what
Your mom is joining right now. Yeah, she is. Your mom's here. Hi,
Yeah,
Emily's
your mom's
mom.
Hey. Oh, she's late.
Emily's right there.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
We're just gonna wait a few more minutes, but and I'll just reintroduce ourselves. We have the whole Career Development Center here, so that you all, the students, you all should know who everybody is. But to moms and dads, thank you so much for coming. And so we're just going to go around, and I'm just going to be a facilitator here. So my name is Dr. Duckins, and I am one of the career advisors. And right now, the grade level that I am counseling, and I'm moving back and forth because I'm admitting people, juniors and seniors, along with the help of Miss Elliott here, who is the director of the center. So you'll probably get a lot of documents or letters that are coming from the director, Miss Elliott. And here's the director of the whole program is Mrs. O'Toole. And so Mrs. O'Toole is, if they don't listen to me, and then I pass your lovely son or daughter on to Miss Elliott, and they don't listen to Miss Elliott, then they get a kick in the pants from Mrs. O'Toole. And over here is Mr. Duckins, and at the end, he can talk to you about some programs that are offered through First Career Community. And he can say a few words about that. That's for students who have graduated. Say, wave your hands. And this is Mr. Esteban Lopez. I don't know if you guys can see everybody. Mr. Lopez, you want to wave. And he is in charge of corporate partnerships. And so all of Dell and Johnson & Johnson, those job fairs go through or are facilitated through Mr. Lopez, and he contacts them as far as internship opportunities for our students. In fact, we're preparing for Johnson & Johnson job fair that we are getting our students prepared through mock interviewing. And here is Miss Resnick, Samantha Resnick. She is the gatekeeper of the center. So we always say to our students, no matter what happens, you are nice to the gatekeeper. So she is the one who facilitates the appointments, who is the first contact via phone and via email. She checks the Career Center website. And she is one of the advisors as well. And so she mans the front desk. So now you know all of the center.
I got a Zoom call from my daughter's school.
I'm sorry, who's that?
That was a mom.
Oh, okay. All right, so here we go. Thank you everybody for joining us today. We kindly ask that you put your video on mute so that we can hear everybody. If you have any questions, we ask that you can type them on the chat, and we'll go through them throughout this. We don't foresee this being more than an hour, even probably less than an hour, but we are here for you. And so the agenda for today is very simple. We are doing a check-in right now for our seniors, both December graduates and May 2021 graduates, to let them know about their internship hours, to come up with a plan, to set up a schedule with their advisors so that they will know who their advisor is, set up a schedule to meet with their advisor, to set up a plan going forward. And the process of the setting up an appointment and the internship process. We are also going to go over the senior checklist, and to reiterate that getting your 80 hours internship, although that is wonderful and great, that is not it. There are still processes that you still need to finish before you graduate. We want to talk about the different options going forward to completing your internships during the winter break that's coming up. And lastly, we want to talk to you about the Career Practicum Experience, what that is all about, and if you have any questions about that. And those are the topics that we're going to go over this evening. So again, thank you so much, and Ms. Elliott and Ms. O'Toole, and Mr. Duckins and Mr. Lopez. Ms. Resnick can chime in at any time. So just give me a thumbs up if we're okay so far. Very good. See, you know what? Good, good, good. Okay, here we go. And this is being recorded, just to let you know. Do I have your permission to record? I will send a link. We will send a link through the newsletter. And if you want it, I will try to send you, I will look into sending you an email with the link. Okay. All right. We're good? Okay, first things first. What is the internship process? So I'm going to share the screen. What we really want you to do is utilize the career website. And all the services that we offer can be found on the Career Center website. And so if you go on Beacon's webpage, you will find how to get to the website. So I'm going to share the screen here. And just bear with me. Where are we? Here we are. Okay. Do you all see this? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, great. So, you have to go back one.
They should do, let's start with the enrollment form, because that's something they should have done already.
Okay. All right. So, go to the career services right here. Now, just to reiterate, did everyone fill out the enrollment form? Okay, parents. I'm gonna talk to parents about this because parents have a way of ensuring that things get done. And Mark has raised his hand. So I'm going to go to the enrollment form. I'm probably going to have to stop this share and go back, but that is the first step. Before we finish with the Career Center website, students would just come in and fill out a paper enrollment form. We have stepped up since then. So we require all of our students to go online and fill out the enrollment form. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. Just bear with me. So I'm going to go back here. I hope we have it.
You just click on
Share screen. Where were we?
right there.
Okay. And where do I go from?
Go down to click on campus employment. To the bottom. Right now, one up. Two.
On
right
campus
there.
employment? Okay. Okay.
Go down, right, complete the enrollment form. Right.
Okay. Okay. Are you all with me? Do you see the screen? Do you see what I just did?
Someone
Okay.
said he can't hear you in the chat.
I hear now.
Oh,
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, if you could just walk through one more time how you got to that screen.
Good thing. My apologies.
It's in 3 different locations.
Okay. My apologies. Let me do that again. All right. Let's back up. Let's back up again. Okay. So let's back up again. Back up again. So should we take it from
From the beginning.
from the very beginning? Okay. All right. From one. Okay. Let's take it back. Nope. Okay. Is this a good place? So we're at the Beacon website, right? Then we go up here to portals. And then we go to
Go to under Beacon where it says all the way over, right? Student, click there, see if it's there. It should be on the academic, under the academic students first.
students. Okay, so we're on the website. We go to students all the way to the far left. Then we go down. Nope.
No, it should be under academics. If you go back to the top,
Okay, hold on.
go to the Beacon tab,
Okay.
right there. Now, no, it's back up. Go to educate. Where is it? Slide over one.
This is a different screen for
Yeah,
us,
that's
so
a
excuse
different
me.
It should be under academics, right? No, go over. That's
This
totally
is a different screen.
No, it's up to the top. And it should go all the way up to the top. It should be under, go to educator. That's totally, go back.
Try clicking on menu.
Okay, now go to the Beacon tab because it should pop right up under academics, career service.
This is the iPhone version.
This is the iPhone version.
Try clicking on menu.
That's a total new.
This is a different,
That's a different screen. So
Okay.
just go back to career service. Go back to, I've never seen that one.
okay. So where do you want me to go to?
You see where the Zoom people are? You see
Yeah.
the Zoom people?
Yeah,
Move it to the left.
to the bottom.
What are you talking about here?
This.
Okay.
Menu.
academics, and then it should be.
It's just because of the. Here we go.
So speak, tell them what you're
Always
doing.
under success, under success services.
Okay, you gotta tell them what you're doing, Samantha.
Okay, so if you are online on the iPhone or any smartphone, you go onto menu, and you guys see how you can. This is really sensitive. So you see academics right here. Scroll down, and right below success. Right after success services and right before the registrar's office, under academics tab. And then which one do you want to go to? Right, but which one? On-campus appointment?
Internship process.
So we're gonna go on to the internship process. And then,
Scroll down.
hold on,
And then that's good. And I can take it from here.
okay, good.
Thank you. Thank you, Samantha. See what Beacon does? A graduate of Beacon. There you go. This is a different screen, so my apologies. All right, so here's the internship process. Steps to success internship. All right, so the first step is to complete online enrollment form. Simply go over to the farthest to the right, the check sign, the plus sign, excuse me. Click on, and right here you will see enroll online or download PDF. Click on enroll online. Are you with me? And here, thank you. And here, you just fill it out just like a regular form, and you can fill out the information online. And then once you're finished, you go all the way to the bottom, submit. It goes to Miss Resnick, her computer, and we have the information of the student. We ask that each student fill this out and submit it to the center before they schedule an appointment. So that by the time they have an appointment with us, we know who they are, we have their major, their GPA, we know what they're looking for, internship opportunities, employment opportunities, etc., and their strengths and so forth. So we have an idea. Who here out of the students has already filled out an enrollment form? Raise your hand. Very good. So parents, this is step one for all students to do. Included in the enrollment form, they need to send in their resume and cover letter. Now this gets kind of tricky. So we ask that our students start interning sophomore year. They can start interning sophomore year. We ask freshman year that they can do some volunteer work, but sophomore year, we really want to get them started on interning. We don't want them to wait until senior year and they look up and they have all these hours that they have to do and they're freaking out, okay? So we want to start them on the resume and the cover letter writing early, right, students? So you cannot apply for internships. You can't even apply for on-campus employment if you haven't finished your resume and cover letter. The process of that is that we have templates here in the office. The Writing Center has the same templates that we use here. And so if they say, okay, Dr. Duckins or Miss Elliott, I don't have my resume or cover letter, we send them out the template, they do it, they take it to the Writing Center for it to be proved, and then they take it back to us. We are the last stop. We do the final edits on that. And then we can start suggesting some places to intern, start suggesting some places to apply. Are we good thus far? Okay, good. Oh boy, I see people taking notes. Ah, this is awesome. All right, now we're gonna get into the senior checklist. You guys have anything to add? Somebody had a question. On the chat.
One of the parents had a question, Dr.
Okay, you know what? I will allow parents to unmute themselves and ask me a question.
Yeah, we put that in the chat. Is there a way to tell? Emily had done something similar during the immersion class. Don't know if it's the same form. Is there a way to tell for the student to tell if this form has been submitted or not?
Yes, and you know what? I am so glad to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Marcus, because Emily is like a doll baby to me. I just love her. And she grew so much with the CI people. Is she on here? Sorry, Emily, just pretend you're not here. Let me tell you something. I'm going to just say something, Emily, you don't, pretend you're not here. So during CIP, we had individual group projects. And so it was about 8-ish people per group. And so in the beginning, Emily was a little shy. And I pulled her aside and I said, Emily, speak your truth and speak your mind. The next time I come around, Emily is telling people what to do, how to do it, and where to do it. I said, go girl. And so she has grown so much from the CIP program. Kudos to you.
Yeah.
Never had to say anything to
Thank you.
So very good. So to answer your question, Emily has completed her enrollment form. If for any reason any of the students have a question whether or not they filled it out, they can simply call, and Ms. Resnick here will look in the system and
also email the Career Center email address. If you guys email the Career Center at beaconcollege.edu, I check it every single day. I can check and see if you're a student or you have or have not completed the enrollment form which is online.
Thanks for answering the question, and thanks for embarrassing Emily.
What do they send?
I said that they can email the Career Center.
okay. All right, so now let's get into the senior checklist. And this is also the CPE. So I'm a Career Practicum Experience. So if you hear me say CPE, it's the Career Practicum Experience. So I'm going to explain that as well. Am I speaking too fast? Am I going too fast? Give me a thumbs up if I'm okay, a thumbs down if I'm speaking too fast. Okay, very good. All right, if I am, just, you can go off mute and say slow it down. All right? Okay. All right, let me see. Are you all seeing what, the screen? Okay. All right, so let's go from the top here. This is the Career Practicum activities, but it also is a senior checklist. So I'm going to go through the senior checklist first. You have to make sure that you've completed your resume, cover letter, update and finalize online presence. We're talking about your LinkedIn profile, social media. Moms and dads, just like to let you know that and I teach internship 1 and 2 workshop. And so part of internship 2 workshop, I am having them start a brag book. And so that is, you all know what a brag book is. And so I just want to let you know that this is also part of their portfolio, but on a bigger, broader level. Develop at least 5 professional references, secure 3 to 5 letters of recommendation. Mom and dads, I'm pushing, especially our December grads, to start contacting their professors now, because by the time your professors leave, for Thanksgiving break, it will be very difficult to get a recommendation letter from them. So I asked them to show me their email that they're going to send to their professor, asking them in a very nice way if they wouldn't mind writing a letter of recommendation for them. I'm pushing this to our December grads because once professors go on break, it'll be that much more challenging trying to get a recommendation letter from them. But May 2021 grads should be already starting to email professors, prior supervisors, prior coworkers to get their recommendation letters now. 20 internship hours now. I'm not going to get into
Quick
that.
question. Quick
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Is the professional references and the letters of recommendation, is the professional references just a list? Is it the 5 people giving the recommendation, or is it something different?
That is something different, and that's a very good question. And you know what? I'm going to ask one of my students to answer that. Samantha Diamond, why don't you answer that?
Sorry, what am I answering?
What is the difference
Sorry,
between
Samantha.
professional list of references and letters of recommendation?
The difference between professional references and whatever you mentioned, the other references, is that it has to be like a professor. It can't be a family member. It has to be someone who is someone who's professional. I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Samantha.
Okay.
Emily, can you add to that? Okay, Emily, a little.
I can add more to it if you want.
Well, let me quickly do this because I want to get towards it, and I thank you. Now, the list is simply that, a list. So you have, say for instance, your first one, Mr. Ronald Smith, title, supervisor, company, ABC company, email and phone. Second reference, the same thing. So typically when students or anybody they're applying for jobs, the supervisor will say, you know, can you provide 3 to 5 references? That's what that is. And it's on a separate piece of paper, a list of references. Now your letters of recommendation they can be from the same people that are on your list, basically a letter saying how wonderful you are, how much you are skilled at this job, what you did in the past with them, that kind of thing. Does that clear it up? Did I answer that question?
Yes.
Okay.
You did. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, and so then complete the career research assignment workshop, create a list of top 10 skill sets for each job. In the career research assignment, there's approximately 3 to 5.
But this is only for those students that have not done their 80 hours.
No, but this is a senior list.
Yeah.
Senior list is just the top.
Right, and their exit interview.
Okay.
Now we're getting into the career.
Okay, I'm sorry. So the senior list is just this section, and then you need to schedule an exit interview. The exit interview could be done one-on-one or via Zoom. Okay? Clear enough? Lucy, give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Now, Career Practicum Experience. Say, for instance, Miss Lindsay says, Dr. Duckins, I have 60 hours that I have done my internship, whether it's TA over here, or I worked an on-campus job, or I worked an internship back in my hometown, and I need 20 more hours. What do I do? It's hard for me to find an internship. Well, Miss Lindsay, we have the answer. Here is the Career Practicum Experience, whereas you can complete the remainder of your hours doing the Career Practicum Experience. Does it take the place of your 80 hours? Can I get a resounding no?
No.
Everybody shake your head no. No, you cannot complete your whole 80 hours doing this. But if you have 20, maybe 40 hours left, yeah, we can talk about that. So we try to do this so that the seniors do not freak out completely and that there is an alternative, right? For December and May grads. So for instance, here, complete your professional portfolio. This is section 1. So I'm gonna say, okay, you wanna do the CPE? Section 1. You have to have your resume, cover letter, all of this sent to me. I have to look over it and approve it. When it's A-okay, I will put the date in right here and I will put my name and Lindsay Smith will sign her name and I will check 20 internship hours completed and Miss Lindsay is gonna jump up and down in my office and I'm gonna say, yes, yes, you got your first 20. And then she might say, but Dr. Duckins, I need 20 more. Okay, Miss Lindsay. Well, let's go to section 2. What do you need to do? Complete the attached career research assignment worksheet. She's gonna have to do this worksheet. She sends it to me. I need to check to see that she does that. She does that, I give her a little boom, boom. Then she does career, create a list of top 10 skill sets for each job. I look at that. Oh, Lindsay, you are my favorite person in the whole wide world. I give you another check. Match your skills with the skills required for each job. Check there. Oh my goodness, Miss Lindsay, I'm going to give you another 20. She's got 40 hours. I do the date, my signature, and her signature. Boom, 40 hours. She has done her 40 hours outside of the CPE doing her practical experience, and she was able to complete the last 40 doing CPE. She reached her 80, she's a happy camper, and then she's gonna go out and get herself a chocolate sundae. That is how that is done. Then we have a section for each. We don't wanna do this, but if need be and the student is just really having a hard time, we have another section 3 for them to complete all the assignments here. Once they do, it's checked. And lastly, section 4. Each section is worth 20 hours. So yes, it looks like you could do 80 because there's 4 sections, but we do not encourage that. We want you to have practical knowledge, practical experience. Any questions?
Dr. Duckins, I put a question in the chat.
Okay, I will let you guys talk because I don't want to check the chat right now.
So I said, if your internship is done, do we only have to fill out the first part of the career practicum paperwork? So like just the part about the senior checklist part.
If you have finished all of your 80 internship hours, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to do this.
Okay.
This is only for students who have had a hard time completing them. But you still need to schedule an exit interview.
And they have to do the senior checklist.
And you still need to do the senior checklist.
Because we want to make sure that you're up, and I'm sorry to interject. The senior checklist came about because we were having students that were going home empty-handed. They did not have what they need, the tools to be successful. So therefore, we created the senior checklist. We want to make sure that when you get home, you have everything you need to be successful. So that's how this came about. Am I sharing the screen with you?
Yes.
Okay, in your senior checklist, to make sure that you have all the tools you need to be successful, even though we're always going to be here with you, you know, beyond while you're an alumni, we still want to make sure that everything's going good. And I'm sorry I jumped right in, but hi.
Hi.
Everybody's doing good. But this is what we want you to have before you leave campus, or we can do a Zoom and make sure you have it. We want to make sure, and it's very similar to what she just discussed, the resume, the cover letter, updating your final profile, your 5 professional. We want to make sure you have all of this. We also want to make sure you got a plan. What's your plan? I mean, and I know the pandemic is here and it's kind of hard to find opportunities, but we still want to know what's your plan. Have you selected your career interests? And, you know, tell us your top 4 jobs that you're going to be looking for so we can have that on file. And if we come across something in your area, we can always email that to you. So this is what we want you to do. We want to make sure that you know how to do your job search. We also want to make sure that you have professional attire. So we want to make sure that we're setting you up for success once you exit. Everybody's got it? We'll always be here for you. A plan was created for us to follow you for 6 months. That means we'll do one-on-one workshops with you, personal workshops with you, or personal one-on-one interviews, whatever you need. If you're graduating this 2020 school year, we want you to be successful, and we want you to know that we're here for you. We're good? Any questions on that? Parents, or any questions? So this is what we're asking you to engage us in. This is what we're asking you to make sure before you leave campus in a couple of weeks that you have all of this. And we feel good when you walk away, and we know that you're prepared. Okay, even though we're gonna be here for you doing whatever times, forever, but we just wanna make sure that you're set up for success, that you have all the tools you need to go online and start looking for internships and looking for different opportunities. So that's what we're talking about. The career practicum that Dr. Duckins was saying, it's for, you know, we know it's a difficult time and some of you might not have gotten your internship hours. That's what the career practicum is for. So we found a way for you to get that so that you don't have to stress about it. So if you have not completed your 80 hours, then you do the career practicum. But all seniors need to do the checklist. Any questions? I'm sorry to jump right in, but I just want to make sure we were all on the same page.
So
I have a question.
Okay.
So I'm doing my internship now this semester, and do I have to fill this out afterwards?
Yes, you're a senior in May 2021. Before you leave campus, we want to make sure you've got on your exit interview, we're going to sit with you and we're going to go all over your documentations to make sure you're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Are there any more questions, comments, or concerns?
Yeah, real quick. So on the checklist, are some of these like discussion points or actual to-do items? And I guess I'm looking at the one that said something about applying to graduate school. And it made me think about the other ones. That are these things that you want to, each of these you want to actually see, or these discussion?
No, these are discussions. If they are not going to be looking for a career opportunity, employment, or paid internships along those, some students are transitioning into military or for going into secondary education. They're, you know, looking at their graduates, looking into graduate schools. Those are some of the things that we can help prepare them and transition into as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So, and then another thing that we kind of want the students to kind of look into while you're on break and you still have some hours that you need to complete on your internship, start looking into some certifications. I had a student that graduated last year, 2019, and he was business hospitality management. He went ahead and he had some internship hours that he needed to complete. So he got his safe food handling certification. He got a hospitality certification. So these were all certifications that's going to look great on his resume. And he also allowed them to apply toward his internship hours. And also I had a student in computers that went ahead and did, like, I think it was a 360 online certification. Nothing super, super expensive, but he got a couple certifications there. And so if that's something you're looking into, we also have on the career practicum, we have something that we want you to kind of look into and do your research on. because there's, as you know, there's a lot of fraud. So if you're looking into an internship and if it sounds too good to be true, there's some guidelines that we have set up for you to safeguard your security and to make sure that you're okay, so that you don't go off and get into something that's not legitimate. So we want to make sure that you are that you're safe and that you're doing everything you need to do. So along with the career, this is a career research assignment. It's basically you're doing an online job of the three career choices that you choose. So this is the information for those students that need to get the extra hours. But if you're looking for something virtual online, we have put in place some guidelines for you to follow to make sure that you don't get involved into anything that's not legitimate. And usually if it sounds too good to be true, it is. So this is the virtual support and resource guide. There's also the guideline, the internship criteria for virtual internships. So if you're looking at doing a virtual internship, and there are some out there, these are some of the things that you need to make sure the company is legit. Send the forms into us, let us look into it as well. But this is what we want to make sure you look at, you're looking into as well. Yes, Lindsay, you have a question?
So it's okay, like if I find a virtual one, if I just send the description to you guys and you can look it over to make sure it looks legit?
Right, but okay, also, and this is something that has been created even though you're on your way out as seniors, there's an internship form, there's an internship agreement that we want to look over. If the company refuses to sign it, normally that's an indicator that there's something else going on. But yes, there's a internship agreement. We did have a situation where a company promised to pay a student a certain amount of money for his internship per hour, and then that got kind of like his word against, but luckily he did sign the contract, so that made it all easier. So for you to look for here's where you can find all the forms and the information that you need under required forms under the internship process. This is the first form that we want you to get that company to sign if you're looking at something virtual, or if you're looking at walking into it, is the internship agreement. So that's, between you and the company. Once that's signed, let us look it over to make sure everything's okay on that end. And then from there, we also ask that they give us a pretty much a job description on what you're going to be working on, so that everything's above board. So we would ask them for the internship job description, so they can give us a brief outline on what the expectations are on your end. And 9 times out of 10, there's probably one printed. That's the reason why you're applying in the first place. And then remember, there's also a pre-evaluation form. This is something that we want them to complete and get it back to us within that first week. So when they send this back into us, if we see some red flags, we can always, get in contact with you to say, hey, are you okay? Is there something, we can assist you with? If we're seeing maybe a 1 in social interaction or 1 in quality of work, we want to be on top of it to say, what do you need to be successful? Do you need some coaching? Do you need some mentoring? So these are the forms that are there that you can get offline to get your internship going. Questions?
I have a request. Could these forms to include the internship agreement be provided to parents electronically?
Yes, ma'am. If you can go online and get them from there, or if you email the center, we can send them out to you as well. Or
okay, are they in the required forms section?
Yes,
on the website? Okay, great. Thank you.
They are. And then something else that's pretty informative is the Family Guide to Career Development. So if you have some questions, these for the first year, there's no freshmen on, so we'll skip that. But the Learning Essentials are for freshmen, and then we have Career Explorations, that's the sophomore year. So for the juniors and the seniors, this is it right here. So this is self-marketing in the workplace. So these are for our juniors and our seniors. If you click on that, this is some of the things that the information that we provide for parents, and then this is how we can help in that way as well. So if you have those questions pop up, you can always check that out and let us know. We want you to be successful in every way, so we want to make sure you have the tools and the support that we provide for you. Are there any other questions?
So yeah, I'm gonna miss when you said this before. So for the students graduating next semester, when do you expect them to schedule the meeting with you guys, to have these checklist items finished and scheduling the meeting?
The sooner the better. I believe graduation is December. Their last day is, did I see December? I think we set the date of by December 14th. I think that's our date. We want, if they could go ahead and schedule a one-on-one Zoom with us before then, that would be good. So if there's anything they need to redo over or any documentation they need, we'll have time to get it to them prior to making sure we put that piece so that they've not only completed everything, but they have all the tools that they need.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm clear. For like Emily, for example, graduating next May, when you say have it done by December.
Oh, I'm sorry. So Emily is May 2021. So prior to, I believe, February, that spring break, everything should be, and we'll send the dates out as it comes closer to that time. But for the May 2021 graduates, I believe it's in February that we want everything checked off and completed by then.
Okay, thank you.
You're quite welcome. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So, seeing as I'm in a tech major, right? I'm probably going to have to get some certifications anyway if I want to get a job, or if I want to have a good chance of getting a job. So, from what I'm hearing, and this is a little bit in the past, but I kind of forgot about it and then remembered. So, from what I'm hearing, I can mark down that the trying to get any certifications as maybe part of doing an internship or as a substitute.
Especially with the way things are now in this pandemic, we are definitely encouraging you to get all the knowledge and all the tools that are available to you, so it looks great on your resume. Plus, you got that experience with things the way they are, where you're not being able to go into a brick and mortar. Knowledge is power, so we want you to get that information, get those certifications so that you can add it to your resume so that you can be successful. So you're not sitting on your hands being idle and not being productive. So once everything opens back up, you're ready. And you not only are you ready, but you have some extra tools that's gonna put you kind of ahead of the game. Because as you know, competition is steep. So you wanna make sure you're on top of your game. And we wanna, do everything we can to support you in doing so.
I have a question.
Yes.
I've been working with my learning specialist with this, but I know I should be working with you guys on this, and I haven't. I'm in the process of applying to graduate school, and so how would I come about that? And I've also done my internship hours. So how would I, and completed all that? So how would I come about that?
You would make an appointment, you would come in and, we'll go over your plan with you to find out what your major is, what area you want to go in, and pretty much start the research and transition with you.
Mm-hmm. Because I've already been in the process of applying and been working with my learning specialist with it.
Okay, that's good.
Just continue whatever process I'm already in with you guys. And then.
Yeah, we're a team, so we do, however we can empower you to be successful, whatever we need to do to complete the application or walk you through the process, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we come in helping you develop your transitional plan, your transition plan.
All right.
And just remember, we're always here for that extra support. Are there any other questions?
Oh, yes, I have a question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Is that John Paul?
Yes.
Paul? Okay, your
Yeah.
question.
So just to confirm what you said earlier, once we have the 80 hours, we come back, we go set up a interview before we graduate, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm. And also another thing that we're going to do as well, when you're out for the 2 weeks, whether you have that 2 weeks of online learning, I believe it starts at December 1st to the 14th. Am I correct? Right? we're offering workshops, and those workshops are basically just giving you some extra tidbits that's going to help you be successful. Like there's a workshop that we do, and it's salary negotiation, job sustainability. How do you disclose your disability? So look online and look at the workshops. Pick a couple workshops out when you're, we're doing them in the I think during your after hours. I think we have some workshops that are going to be in the evening around this time, between 5 to 6. So it's just good information, and it's some tools for you to have.
All right, got it. Thanks.
Okay.
How will those workshops be communicated to the students via email, or will there be a link on the website, or?
Yes, ma'am. We're going to send the students out a calendar, and I hope that we just came up with a new newsletter that's sent out every month. So hopefully you're getting the newsletter, because the newsletter have all of our information in there. It also has all the career opportunities that are available on campus, as well as employment in the surrounding area. So it has all of our information. So that newsletter, you'll probably be getting it around November 15th, but it has all the events, different workshops, just different webinars and different things that you can use as well.
Miss Elliott, I have a question.
Yes.
I probably asked this in the chat already. So I'm doing my internship hours now. You probably know that. After my internship hours, what parts do I have to complete in this form, in the CPE form?
If you have the 80 hours, you do not have to do any part of that except the senior checklist, which is to make sure you have all your documentation ready.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. It's so great seeing everybody. Are there any more questions? Any questions for anybody sitting out there?
Did you get my private message?
Did I get your private message? No, but I want to talk to you. CJ, are you still on campus?
Yes, I am.
Okay, when can you come in and see me? I have something that I really would like for you to work on.
Right now or when?
Oh, not right now, because we're heading out the door as soon as we're done.
I can come in on Friday.
Friday is good. Email me. I have a project for you. Thank you.
Okay. See you on Friday.
Okay, great. See you on Friday. Are there any more? But our doors are open. I mean, if you have questions, concerns, we want to be here for you to utilize our service as much as possible. We're starting out with our freshmen to embrace them a lot earlier. Now that you're juniors and you're seniors and you're off into the land of success, we're still here to support you in however we can. Are there any other questions, answers, comments, or concerns? But email us at any time. We are definitely want to be here for you.
I have one more.
Okay.
Are you, where, I've been talking to Emily about how many internship hours she had completed. Where is that posted or available?
It's normally, and this is where I think a lot of students kind of like get kind of frazzled. They keep up with their hours. So every time if you do 20 hours on campus, we have that. If you did 20 hours on for a different company and they fill that out, we keep the documentation. Normally, we won't put everything in until all 80 hours are complete. So we do have a couple, people that kind of like, well, I did it, it's not there. Because we don't want to send a message that all was required of you was the 80 hours. We do want you to still be hands-on and take advantage of the workshops that we offer. And prior to pandemic, we did a couple happy hours. We've done some lunch and learns, and students were missing out on those opportunities because all they thought they had to do was do their 80 hours and okay, poof, I'm done. But we want you to be successful. So when we offer workshops and in your field, or we have experts to come in, we still want you to take advantage of that. So I think the students are like, they go tone deaf, I've done my 80 hours, I'm disconnected. But we don't want them to be disconnected. So when they look on Fauna, it's like, I did my 80 hours, or they're not there. We have them recorded, but we don't want you to disconnect until it's time to disconnect and unplug. So
Okay.
if you're not seeing it on Sonus, if they submitted them, we do a pretty good job of keeping track of everything they submit.
Okay, but it is, I think you said something I wasn't aware that on the student portal, the hours are, or at least a portion of the hours are available to see?
No, they're not. We normally don't. If they have 80 hours, I'm sorry, if they have 20 hours, their learning specialist, we will send them that information. We will keep that information, but we don't put that information in Sonus until all 80 are completed.
Okay.
And then that's normally not until they've done their exit interview and they came and had our chat. And then it's like, okay, we feel comfortable that we've given you the tools that you need to be successful, so we disconnect. But we don't want them to disconnect prior to.
No, yeah, I completely agree. Is there a way just to see, is there a way for parents to understand which one have been, again, I'm not looking obviously for Emily to disconnect, but I want to make sure that we're collectively tracking that she's
Right.
getting what she needs to
If
do.
you send an email, we'll send you the information, but anytime a student submit documentation, say a company, they did 20 hours at a company, we send a confirmation to that company. We send that confirmation goes to the company. We CC their learning specialist, and we also CC the student. So anytime they turn in documentation, we will, send a confirmation to the student, the learning specialist, and the company.
Okay.
So that wasn't happening in the past, but that's so that they, we're keeping track of everything that they're submitting.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Is that it? Are all hearts and minds clear? We have Mr. Duckins that would like to speak to you all. Ms. Grove, you look like you have a question.
I do, thank you. So Brianna's major is graphic design, and we have definitely been challenged finding opportunities for internships. Is the school's IT department opening, are they open to just providing even a few hours, some hours to help with the process?
Well, you know what, I'm asking parents and students as well, have them to go to their professors, because we're asking asking the department chairs and the professors, what do you suggest a student can do to get those extra internship hours because of the climate right now? So have them to check in with their professors, with their department heads, with their instructors to see what they suggest. I mean, I think they might get a better answer than we're getting. But as far as the IT department, we're in the talks of starting a student on-campus help desk. So hopefully that's going to be gearing up. We're working out all the logistics of that. So that's going to open up more opportunities for students to get, more hands-on experience when it comes to IT and possibly web designing. So that's something new that we're looking at as well. We're in the development stage with that. But we just talked to someone that's not far from here, a company called Romac. You said Studio Arts.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working out some things with them for an on-campus internship. For an internship with we're partnering with them so that they can get some hours down there as well. So we're still working on some local partnerships where it's not too far from campus. And I guess what we find to be a problem is that student schedule are usually so tight. So it's easier for them to gain internship hours at home. And if they get them here, like we have a couple students that are getting internship hours, but they have to be at the facility at 8. Their classes start at 11. So that's only giving them, a couple of hours, close around campus. So that's what we're finding, their schedule does not permit them to go off campus and get a lot of hours. So those are some of the things that we're working on to, bring some closure and transportation and kind of resolve all those issues so that they can do more things on campus.
Okay, thank you.
You're quite welcome.
I have a question.
Yes.
When companies come on campus, how are the students notified if they are interviewing for their specific majors?
We always send out flyers, and sometimes we don't get response, but we constantly bombard them with flyers. We post flyers inside their hall, And there again, in our new newsletter, all of that information will be there. So you'll have the information and kind of nudge them to attend whatever activities are on campus as well. Okay, Ms. Smith, did that answer your question? Okay. Okay, so have a good night. Dr. Duckins is gonna, I'm sorry, Mr. Duckins is gonna come in and say a few words with you. Thank you very much for your time.
Excuse me one moment. All right, thank you. I want to quickly talk about a program that's for upcoming graduates. The program is for graduates. Some of you parents may have heard me talk about this if you were on a call about a week ago. The program is called First Career Community. I don't know if you could see the pamphlet too well. It'll be backwards, I guess. But again, this program is for graduates. It is helping Beacon graduates transition from college life to work life, to work in just general life. If you feel that once they graduated, if you feel that your graduate still needs some of that additional care or additional direction, maybe they didn't fully grasp while here at the college, this program, First Career Community, can help with that. What we do in this program is give hands-on with maybe learning how to cook, socialize more, to become to become well-rounded. We do volunteer work. We also try to get them work, hopefully in their field, but if not, we will try to find some type of work that will get them the skills that they can use in their career or any other kind of job. So transferable skills, communication, ethics, working hard, problem solving. So again, the program is for graduates. It is a fee-based program. If you have any questions, you can contact the admissions office here at Beacon or contact us here at the Career Development Center. Again, the program is for graduates who still feel like they might need a little bit more hands-on with socializing, learning basic things as far as cooking. Previous graduates from this program have gone on to learn how to drive, cook, learn to be a teacher. So it's a great program. Again, feel free to reach out to the Career Development Center or the admissions office for more information. Thank you. Were there any questions at this time? I'm sorry, I was just trying to be cognizant of time.
Really quick, this is Aaliyah Henry's mom. So is that like an actual class, or is it just come as you, like, is it a start and end date, or is it just, what is it?
Thank you, good question. It has a rolling enrollment. We try to get the graduate in, maybe at the first of the month, whatever month that is. And there are classes, so I'm the facilitator of it. So I do hold classes. The classes can be anywhere from, a week, couple of weeks to a month.
Okay. Okay.
And, we try to learn where that graduate is and try to offer those skills that they need. Again, if it's socialization, learning how to keep a clean home. And this program is based off of campus because, again, they've graduated. And so we're trying to get them into a work-life situation.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Any other questions? No? All right. Thank you.
Okay, so for the sake of time, thank you so much. We have a 5:30 meeting with all the juniors. So thank you so much. If anyone has any questions, you can reach me. Hi, Brianna. You can reach me at mduckins@beaconcollege.edu, telliott@beaconcollege.edu. It's just the first letter, and it's all on the Beacon website if you don't know our emails. You can also call us. We will be accessible by phone during the break as well. And so we will be checking our voicemails. So we thank you so much, and we appreciate you taking the time out to learn information and to learn who we are and what we do. Okay, so have a good evening. Thank you so much, and stay safe.
Goodbye.
Thank
you.
Love you,
Bye.
Brianna. Dr. Deck. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye.